Meet Danny, the Dasani bottle. He was born here in a factory in the heart of Detroit, Michigan. He's only a few weeks old, but his lifespan is already coming to an end. The water he was born with has already been used up, and he no longer has any value to the world. But death for Danny comes in more than one form. If Danny's owner drops him off at the nearest recycling bin, his body will be transformed into something new, maybe even a new plastic bottle. Instead, he might end up in the landfill, a mountain of trash and waste that expands day after day after day, staying in place until the end of time. Or maybe Danny won't be disposed of at all. Maybe he'll become a meager piece of litter. He might just end up in the rivers or canals of his town. And once he's there, it's only a matter of time before he reaches the subject of our film, an oceanic garbage patch. Gyres in the ocean rotate, pulling in tons of waste like fishing lines, plastic bags, marine debris, and of course, our friend Danny. These patches accumulate more and more trash until they reach a colossal size, the largest being the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, with a size of 1.6 million square kilometers. For reference, that is twice the size of Texas. Danny's corpse, as well as all the other corpses floating around him, don't decompose. Instead, they slowly break down into microplastics. Danny alone could take up to 500 years to be broken into those microplastics. Microplastics just persist in the ocean, flowing on the currents forever. As Danny's body starts to disintegrate, many of his particles will end up consumed by marine life like algae and shrimp. But he can't be digested, so he just stays there. And when those organisms are eaten by larger organisms, and then those are eaten, and then those are eaten, Danny's particles persist. Eventually, they'll end up on your dinner plate. The average fish-eating person consumes about 5 grams of microplastics every week. But for now, Danny is still mostly intact. His body floats around the patch, going round and round and round. That is, if he doesn't get swallowed by an animal first. Large marine life, from dolphins to turtles to sharks to whales, don't know the difference between what should and shouldn't be in their diet. So seeing a plastic bottle, they may take a bite. Bad news. Because their stomachs tell their brain that they are full, they stop looking for food. And once they run out of nutrients, it's certain death. All of this is pretty gloomy, but it's the reality of our current planet Earth. And solving the problem of oceanic garbage patches is an incredibly difficult one. But there are some solutions we can take. First, we try not to use single-use plastics. Also, try to eat less fish. Now, those ideas are nice, and we definitely should implement them, but much more has to be done. So vote for candidates who have pledged to help solve the issue. Contribute to groups like the Ocean Cleanup that are working on ways to clean up the plastic in the ocean. Because the health of the oceans, marine life, and ourselves depend on it.